The sun is shining, tailgates are humming, and we're getting set for another terrific college football matchup. Glad to have you with us from Springfield, Missouri, Plaster Stadium, home to the Missouri State Bears. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Washington State Cougars, taking on a team from the SEC, the Missouri State Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Cougars will get this season underway as toe meets leather. Coming out with it, it's Hawk. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. From the shotgun, the inside give. They shut it down quickly, but he gets two out to the 18. All right, guys, let's talk just a little about Missouri State. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing to the perimeter of the field, and they just didn't have it there.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Wants to adjust the pattern. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long. Try to convert through the air. This time he's got it. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And I like having matchups outside like this. Guys that I know will win right away. 3rd down, find my guy, get him the rock, he gets the first down.
Hand off from the shotgun. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Bears are in the hurry-up.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
It's complete to the right. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Caught over the middle, it's Hawk. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready.
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Missouri State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
and they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And he makes the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes with the return. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Split backs here. Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a penalty flag. Did they get the receiver for a push-off? Will wonders never cease if you're a defensive guy? They called PI on the offense this time. On the set. Here we go. They'll go to the air. Hauls it in. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Quick strike complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator, giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Unloads to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how about that? That's already the third target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
It's a draw. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it. And sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge. The defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Off play action on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Nice run there. Picks up a few and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
There he goes. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. He's up to 55 yards on the ground in the first quarter. What a tremendous start to this season. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Hawk. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
he was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the period. It's Missouri State holding the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. And that's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wide receiver going in motion. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Missouri State.
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wazzu offense onto the field again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Got the quick pass. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Shoots it to the left. Zips it out to his man. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down.
Touchdown, Wazzu! He got a step and just dusted the field. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
He'll bring it out. It's Hawk. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So here comes the Bear offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hawk. Right down the gut of the field. Attack. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Quarterbacks abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Finds his tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Washington State lines up quickly.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find some.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to sling it on second down. Finds his big tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with third and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
Here's the pressure. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense trying to take it back. Touchdown, Washington State. And they turn it into a defensive score.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Hawk. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Second down, they'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. They're facing a third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
And the Bears will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw on first down. Lets it fly. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires to the tight end. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on first down. Working that left side now. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, Washington State.
And the Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Plucks it out of the air. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bears will kick it away to start the second half. Let's see what he can do with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Wazzu Wazzu offense onto the field again. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
To the air on second down. They're setting up the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. He's got his man. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
A strike downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. If you can't throw it late, it's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around. Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Man, what great discipline by this defense. They didn't sit on routes short. They take a shot down the field on 3rd and short. Questionable shot, probably. Nice job being disciplined and getting the interception.
Yeah, and just because you have the shot play called on 3rd down like that as a quarterback, that doesn't give you the freedom to just throw it down there if he's not open. I think that time he forced it into traffic, and that's why it got picked off.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't.
He'll take a deep shot here. Hits him inside the 20, still
possession.
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's past the 30. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads it downfield. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through three quarters for these two guys. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Immediately fires to the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Washington State going quickly. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what
Oh, he's got some space. Sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a thrilling 50-yard run for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Hawk. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Unloads quickly. He gets it up across the 20 to the 22 before he's pushed out of bounds.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
And the Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. Let's see what they've got on second down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. Got his man downfield. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
The Bears will come to the line to convert on fourth down. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on fourth down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question is that...
Turning it on! He now has 106 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener.
Really nice job by the running back here in the fourth quarter, picking up that first down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot late in the game. They need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Got enough space. Touchdown Bears! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Makes the catch, and he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Pulls it in down the middle. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Washington State lines up quickly. Looking downfield on first down. Fires toward the target. It's complete. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Wants to keep it in the air. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Cougars. And the comeback is on. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback, receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
He's looking to pass. Using the quick game. He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll run it. They want to take their time here.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
On second down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. Gives it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Bears really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Hawk. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today, and we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Leaves it with the back. Will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line. It's 4th down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Well, let's hope he just throws this one away. Snares it outside. It's Harper. He goes out of bounds. He's a few yards short, and they'll have to turn the football over. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a